Hey everyone, welcome to the programme. I'm Rebecca McLaughlin-Easton, and this week we have an exclusive interview with the billionaire businessman at the helm of one of the UAE's most successful conglomerates. It's Al Habtoor Group, and it was founded in 1970.
Of course my work is a priority, more than my family.
A little bit later on, we'll meet the founder of a Lebanese accessories label, which counts Amal Clooney amongst its many fans, and it also boasts a very unique workforce. But first, few Emirati CEOs are as outspoken as Khalaf Al Habtoor, and even fewer have Twitter followings of more than 63,000. I went along to Dubai to meet the man behind the tweets. From very humble beginnings, Khalaf Al Habtoor built a business empire which employs around 10,000 people, and the company says is now valued in excess of $8.5 billion. He's never off the phone, and he says he dislikes weekends and holidays because he's unable to work. Commitment which perhaps saw him gain the trust of the UAE's rulers to build key infrastructure projects in Dubai, from airports, offices and schools to iconic buildings like the Burj Al Arab Hotel. The group's real estate and hospitality interests now reach beyond the Middle East to the UK, Austria, Budapest and the United States, and it continues to expand its interests in the education sector, whilst car leasing remains a key driver of business. And still leading the charge is septuagenarian Khalaf, who rises early, plays tennis every day and spends afternoons with his family, which includes 6 children and 26 grandchildren, whom he describes as his oxygen. Another outlet for the chairman is Twitter, which has seen him fearlessly comment on world politics and criticise decisions like the UAE's introduction of VAT and its ban of Skype and WhatsApp voice calls.
Why we are in the back as far as the communication is concerned?
I stepped inside Khalaf's office to get his take on local and global affairs, plus see how business was faring. Khalaf, a very warm welcome to Inspire Middle East.
Pleasure to have you here.
Across the group, give me a snapshot of how business is doing right now.
The years before, it is really struggling. I mean, that is the fact, or not only us, the world is struggling, economy. But this year, there is a slight sign of improvement, but in some area, there is a huge improvement. For example, if we take the car leasing, which we have, I mean, it is over 90% utilized.
But which areas need a bit more attention? Which areas are underperforming?
Definitely is the hotels, which is we have a lot of rooms in Dubai. And I said to the authority as well, and of course the hotels is major, and also on the retail as well. You
famously told the authorities that they should stop construction, that we didn't need any more hotel rooms. Are you still of the same belief?
100%. I mean, until today and tomorrow, and always I say that enough is enough. We continue talking about that to them, to the authority. Sometimes they listen, but there is a lot of things they are listening to, like the fees. We want to take the 5% VAT out. It is not the time to charge VAT.
The 5% VAT, the tax on goods and services that you mentioned, was introduced in January of last year. But tell our viewers why you don't think it's a good idea.
We're not used to that, number one. Number two, even the visitor to this country, when you charge them 5%, they are not used to. They come here, they think it is everything exempted, all the fees, all the taxes.
Well, what about income tax then? Where do you stand on that potentially being introduced?
I'm ready to pay income tax, percentage, whatever they agree, I'm ready for that, from the profit, right? Like anywhere else, but not to take from the revenue. Your turnover is billion, but no profit. They take from the turnover. That is the big, big mistake.
For more than 20 years, you've been open to the idea of an IPO, resurfaced again most recently just a few years ago. Are the market conditions right now, or when will they be for you?
A few years ago, I decided to go IPO 100%. I couldn't sleep. 3 days. Turning 3 days. For a simple reason. I said, if I go IPO, 30%, let us say, from the group, 30%, and we don't make money, profit, what I'm going to tell the shareholders? Therefore, no, I called them immediately, I don't know what time. I said, tell everybody there is no IPO, therefore I can't sleep. I'm not thinking about IPO now and the future as well for the time being. I'm not planning that because of my worry.
Now, you have business interests in the United States, and you've also been pretty outspoken in your praise and your criticism of President Trump. How do you feel about his potential re-election?
He improved the economy, U.S. economy, and that's very important to the American people, which they are entitled to that. But the foreign policy until now, I assess it, but I don't believe in it a lot, especially with Iran. I mean, the Iranian, if they are wise, they have to take their plane and come here or there to one of the Arabian Gulf countries and negotiate the peace. What we are asking is don't support terrorism. Don't support killers. Don't support drugs and all the dangerous things in the world. This is what we want. Even I blame the Arab world. I mean, we cannot blame America only and Donald Trump. Also, I blame the Arab world that they have to finish this to enable us to live and our children and the children of these people to live on the safety.
Do you think there will be an accidental war with Iran?
This is a theater. This is a play, but a failing. It is a stupid way of acting. This is damaging our economy. This is damaging, and this is on purpose. They want to empty our pockets.
How is, in any way, the situation in the Strait of Hormuz affecting your company, your business, in the hospitality sense?
We are trying to avoid it. We are trying to not to talk about it a lot. They brought all the ships in the world, warships. The Chinese, the Russian, the American, the British, the French, I don't know who else. I mean, the sea, they are polluting our sea now. This is what Donald Trump created as well, you know. He should really pull out and try to make a peace rather than an empty threat to the Iranian.
You're showing no signs of slowing down. You're still very heavily involved in the business. But can I ask, do you have a succession plan in place?
Always I have been asked, which is a priority to you, your family or your work? Of course, my work is a priority, more than my family. Because your family, they don't want you unless you are going to work and feed them and give them money. Otherwise, they know that if you have a wife, she doesn't want you if you don't buy her something.
Khalaf, it's been great to talk with you. Thank you for having me today.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
A passion for fashion and a strong social conscience motivated Saras Bag to launch a bag company 20 years ago. Through her work, she's helping underprivileged Lebanese women, and her creations have caught the attention of none other than Queen Rania. Darlene Hassan has this report.
High on Mount Lebanon, painstaking, intricate embroidery is all in a day's work for these women in Alay. These colorful pieces of handicraft will soon become handbags. But they are not just fashion items, they are a lifeline for these women trying to build or sew a better life. Aida has run this workshop for more than a decade, and she began it to help her disabled husband. With little work available for the women in her home village, she brought craft skills from Beirut to her home, training local women and creating a thriving business.
Finally, I reached the financial stability, and I felt really comfortable and free. So I wanted other women to have the same. Since then, I started to bring some work to rural villages here and give the work to those women who are in need. So established a big group, and everybody's benefiting from this work.
Aida is not the only woman who's managed to transform her life and her community through traditional crafts. For over 15 years, she's been a part of this new approach to fashion, which is the brainy child of Lebanese entrepreneur Saras Bag, the creator of Saras Bag, based in downtown Beirut.
Saras Bag harnesses the talents of underprivileged Lebanese women who produce accessories for a fair wage. The idea came to Sarah whilst studying, when she conducted research inside women's prisons, learning about the hardships the ladies faced, both in jail and once released.
I realized the only way that a woman can come out of any misery, whether it's prostitution or prison or abuse, is throughout work. And I thought that the easiest way to train these girls is to train them on handwork. It's really like a rehabilitation program. What's nice about it is that when we empower one woman, she goes back and she empowers 10 other women. So we have just a positive ripple effect on the community we work with. I was once told by a lady who works with us, the little needle she was working with is like a sword she was able to face everybody with.
Since Saras Bag was founded, it has expanded across Lebanon to work with nearly 60 female prisoners and 150 ladies in rural communities, some of whom now run their own workshops and sell their fabrics back to the business. Saras socially conscious bags have been seen on the arms of women like Queen Rania of Jordan and Beyoncé. And the businesswoman believes that the future of her brand lies in bespoke designs.
The consumer now wants to buy something that's really special, and maybe if we can engage them with the way we do our work, the future is in customization.
And so, by strengthening the involvement of customers who are as invested in the lives of the women creating their accessories as they are in the bags themselves, the entrepreneur is hoping to spread her message further than ever before.
Well, that is a wrap of our show. We do hope that you enjoyed it, and be sure to catch all of our episodes online at Euronews.com. You can also follow us on social media. Before I say goodbye, here are some Instagrammers that caught our attention this week. Maria from Russia said the Habtoor Palace Hotel was a highlight of her UAE visit. And Nora from Lebanon brought a Saras Bag to support the brand's initiative to empower women.